a huge source of confidence as he tries to pluck off Sergei Pavlovich in a world title tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a gigantic factor. Also, his strength and conditioning routines improve, but it's also the focus on his training from the very beginning of his career, which has been speed. That's one of the most extraordinary aspects of Tom Aspinall's game. He's so fast for a big man, so dynamic, that you see him in there against big guys, and they don't exactly understand how he's moving so quickly. They're accustomed to people moving at a certain speed, and he sells that speed by quite a bit.
Tonight's Pep Point is presented by Modelo Brew for those with a fighting spirit.
Tom Aspinall sat in the meeting the other day and said, there are times I'm a bit scared. He said, but when I'm scared, I am more aggressive. I attack. He goes, I don't sit back and just wait to see what's going to happen. I take control. This guy is one of the more skilled guys in the division. He is so sure that he can get it done. And I asked Tom, I said, Tom, do you worry that you took this fight on short notice? You weren't in training camp. Are you worried that this fight goes wrong? So many believe that the longer it goes to your benefit. But you haven't been in camp. He goes, I can fight 25 minutes any day of the week. It's time to see if that's the case.
And he also said of Sergei Pavlovich, who by the way has been 25 minutes, I have choices. I do not have to stand and trade with him on a napkin in the center of the octagon. We'll see how Tom Aspinall approaches this appreciable challenge in what is his first time live on pay-per-view or on a numbered card in his UFC career.
Like Sergei Pavlovich. The dangers of fighting him is so great, you gotta always be careful.
And in the heavyweight division, that's what everybody wants to see. That's Mike Tyson, that's George Foreman, that's Deontay Wilder, that's Francis Ngannou.
Yes.
That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see that one-shot power. This man has it like no one else in the division. The way he put out Derek Lewis, who puts everybody out, was absolutely extraordinary. His boxing, his skill level is very high. It's not just power, it's how he gets that power to you. And the word at AKA is no one wants any of this.
Right.
This dude's a monster.
All right, these fight odds are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matchmaker's Dream, -110 on both sides. That is a pick'em. Two-way action has come in on both Sergei Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall. Oh, the weight ends here for the UFC Interim Heavyweight Championship. Tail the tape brought to you by BJ, the official blockchain of UFC. Sergei Pavlovich, 31. Tom Aspinall, 30 years inches. Both men coming in well below the 265-pound title limit. 6 inches in reach for the shorter man, Sergei Pavlovich. Right now, for the co-main introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. Brought to you by The Killer, directed by David Fincher. Watch now only on Netflix. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Brian Miner, Eric Cohen, and Chris Lee. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Bergliata. And now, this fight is 5 rounds for the UFC Interim Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red blue corner, a freestyle fighter, only a professional record, 13 wins, 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 261 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Atherton, England, presenting the number 4 ranked UFC heavyweight contender in the world, Tom Aspinall. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record, 18 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 260 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, presenting the number 2 ranked UFC heavyweight contender in the world, Sergei Pavlovich.
All right, gentlemen, been through the rules in the locker room. Want to obey my commands at all time. Want you to protect yourselves at all time. Want to touch gloves? Do it. Good luck to both of you.
They're hugging.
Don't see that every day.
I mean, I've never seen anything like
A lot
it.
of respect.
A lot of anxiety, I would imagine, for sports fans not competing tonight. Sergei Pavlovich.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah.
You know what I love about both these 2 fights? I don't know.
No idea.
I don't know.
All right, Sergei Pavlovich in red, Tom Aspinall in white. UFC Interim Heavyweight Championship on the line.
And if Tom thinks he's just going to take him down, Sergei's working with Steve Mocco down in Florida, one of the better heavyweight wrestling coaches in the entire country and around the world.
We talk about Pavlovich's size, but DC, Tom Aspinall walked into the fighter meeting and you said to him, man, you are enormous.
Boy, he looks so much bigger in person, right? But it's because he's a little taller, long and lean for the heavyweight division. That's not what you used to see it. Oh, he hurt him.
Sergei tagged him early.
Yeah, Tom took it, notes.
But he knows.
Well, he's on notice now.
Yeah, he's on notice.
Toyo Tires, official tire of UFC.
You can't make any mistakes with Sergei.
Aspinall's father, Andy, in his corner. He's been in essentially every training session since Tom was 8 years old.
Those leg kicks will pay dividends.
Champion of the world, the UK has a heavyweight champion, Tommy Aspinall.
You know what? That was sensational. That was sensational.
keep recalling myself. It's falling down, falling down. Asking if my food. I yawn and light up my